Hey everybody, welcome back. And like I said, I did have a lot of pickups. So this video is going to deal with the bulk of the pickups, or a good chunk of it. Since February, I didn't mean to start collecting Sega Genesis items, or Sega in general. And luckily, a local couple who was expecting their first child was cleaning out their spare room, getting it ready for the baby. And they happened to have a Genesis that they were selling along with a few games. Now, I don't have the Genesis because I actually ended up giving that one to a friend of mine. More on that later. So, pretty much what I got from them was I got a Genesis, and I mean, it's an old Genesis. What are you going to do? You got to clean it up. You got to make it work. But I was having issues with it not displaying on the TV. Now, luckily, a local game shop, Fair Game, not only walked me through what possibly could be wrong, but when I still couldn't figure out what was going on, they invited me down to the shop, and I was able to get it tested to figure out exactly what was wrong. Turns out there was a problem with the power supply. It was not supplying enough power to the Genesis. It was enough to power it on, i.e. the LEDs on the front, but it was not enough to actually allow it to display a picture. So I bought a replacement power plug, and I got it to work, no problem. And the original posting, mind you, only had 3 games for it, and the games were significant, I guess. I mean, the original posting had Cliffhanger, right? A boxed Viewpoint, no manual, but the label's still pretty good. Label is actually pretty excellent. And then Sonic Spinball. Which kind of bummed me out, because when I first saw it and I saw the not for resale, I stupidly thought, oh, it must be the original Sonic. It was not. Not their fault. It was mine. I made the assumption. When I went to pick up the system, and I got it for a really good deal, I can't complain. I really can't. And I'm sorry about my voice. I'm getting over being sick, so I'm sorry if it's a little off today. But they went ahead and added a few extra games in with it that weren't in the listing. I didn't ask for them, and they were very nice, and they added them anyway. Now, the first one was Tommy Lasorda Baseball. Alright, a baseball game. That's fine. That's good. I think the one that surprised me the most was they added the Genesis 6-pack, which has Sonic 1, Golden Axe, and the original Streets of Rage on there, along with 2 or 3 other games. Probably 3, because, 6-pack, yeah. But when I looked online to see how much this sold for, in box obviously, it was over $100. So I'm not sure how much the loose card is, but I'm pretty sure I might have gotten a gem for free, not included in the original price. Now, I got all that, and I'm like, cool, I'll start a Genesis collection, why not? I had no plans on starting one. I was going to try and stick to Super Nintendo and NES, and I got that. It was a great starter. And then, of course, then I met a local collector by the name of Zach. And I'm going to be real honest. Zach's a cool guy. So I got a lot of stuff from him. I got one other game from that wasn't from Zach, and I gotta say it was a pretty good find. I got Sonic 3. It's a little sun faded, but it's a Sonic 3 in box, no manual. But if you can look at the game cartridge, it's in pretty good condition, right? I know I got this for a steal. That's insane. Once again, it was somebody who was trying to sell it. Not sure why. Thought found both the previous. I found everybody on Facebook Marketplace. I mean, check Facebook Marketplace. I can't stress that enough. It's like yard sales. You never know what you're gonna find unless you look. And sometimes you get a good deal. I got a steal. So I got Sonic 3 for a good deal. Right? And right there, that's a good collection. Well, now let's go over what I got from Zach. Zach, I can't complain. He sold me everything below retail. Below retail. I mean, it was like 3 bundles. It came out to a bundle of games, a bundle with a Genesis and a couple games, and another Genesis with a couple games. And you're like, show us the games. And I'm going to. I'm just giving you a little backstory. So we're going to start with the games. Well, in the recent bundle, I got a NHL All-Star Hockey, which is cool. I don't really care for the paper box. I wish it was in a regular box. I really do. But it comes with the manual and the game. And the label looks pretty clean. So I can't complain. My plans are, I'm actually not going to keep this particular game. Because this came in the last lot. The last Genesis. And the reason for that is it's actually going to be a part of a lot that I'm actually going to try and sell to my neighbor. Because originally, I didn't want to buy the whole bundle. I wanted just a few games out of it. And, well, I figured if I went in on the bundle with her, she could get a system and a good couple games for a good price. And I would then get what I want for a good price. For a better price than I would have gotten if I bought them separately. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't hear back from her, and I really didn't want those. I didn't want those games to go away, so I ended up buying the whole lot. And I'm gonna take the two games I wanted out of it, and I'm gonna try to sell it to her. Give it to her for a good price, and make it to where she can make payments if she can't afford a lump sum. Because not everybody can afford a lump sum all at once, right? So this is going to be part of that bundle. I'm going to try and make sure she has a wide collection of games. I mean, you got to make sure you get a wide selection. I mean, I don't know what she's into, but the games that I do have are going to be really good for her. For instance, part of that bundle is going to be Eternal Champions. Now, I have never heard of this game. Yeah, I know. Comment below. Tell me how much of an idiot if it's a good game. I've never heard of it. And I don't have it. And I would like it for my collection. But since I'm trying to help her out, start her collection, I'm going to put it in the pile for her. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then Jurassic Park. This is actually, like I said, this is from Zach. Zach, of course, has sold me a total of 3 different Jurassic Parks. He sold me this loose cart, a second loose cart, and a boxed no manual version. And I'll show the boxed no manual version. Unfortunately, the other loose cart I can't show you because, like I said, I bought one Genesis and then I bought 2 more. So I have a Genesis. I have a Genesis for my neighbor, and then I gave the 3rd Genesis to Jason because he had mentioned he wanted to get into retro gaming with his daughter. So I gave him a pretty good bundle, and what I included in the bundle was the 3rd copy, or the 2nd loose copy of Jurassic Park, a loose copy of Sonic 1, a loose copy of Sonic 3, and a box with manual NHL 94. And I made sure to give him 2 controllers and AV cables instead of the RF cable to get him started. And I figured that would work, right? Wide variety, give him a little something to play. So this copy is actually going to be for my neighbor. Once again, yes, it's something I already have. I'd like to possibly use it to trade with somebody else. I don't know how valuable the game is. I don't. Because I'd rather just buy what I like and go from there. But I already have it, so it's like I don't need it, and it would also help her collection a lot. So now I'm going to show you a couple. I'm going to show you a couple duplicates, obviously. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh yeah, right there. Complete manual and cartridge. Cartridge is not that bad. Ooh, look at the cartridge. Now, like I said, this is like the third copy of Sonic 1 that I got from Zach. And the first one is my own copy. Second one is a loose copy I gave my buddy Jason. And this one I am putting in the stack for my neighbor. Yeah, that's 3 copies of Sonic. It's insane. Speaking of 3 copies, another Sonic 2. Well, not another. This is the first one I've shown you. But, once again, I got 3 copies of that. I got 2 copies that are complete with manual. You look over here. With manual. This is going to be put in with my neighbor's. Loose copy went to my buddy Jason. And, of course, the other complete in box is in my personal collection. Now, the final thing that I'm willing to give my neighbor is, and it's not in my collection, but once again, I'm trying to give her a wide variety. NFL Club. Once again, complete in box with manual and case. Right? I think that's a pretty good variety for her. Right? Now we're going to go into the majority of what Zach gave me. Right? Alright. So we're going to start with loose cartridges. Well, because they're not as nice looking. That's why. Alright. Toe Jam and Earl. Funkatron. Panic on Funkatron, I guess. Yeah, me need to learn how to read. Street Fighter 2 Champions Edition. The Sega's answer to Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And the original. Battleship. Yeah, and that's what I got loose, alright? So now we're going to get into the good stuff. The box stuff. Like, and I'm going to be honest, I had only just started my Sega collection. And it was mostly Genesis. So when I got these games, I had nothing to play them on. I did eventually pick up something else, which will be in a future pickup video, to be able to play them, or at least some of them. But what I picked up was Zaxxon 3D for the Master System. Man, that takes me back. I never owned one, but my neighbor did. Gangster Town. And I would like to point out, I don't believe Zaxxon has a manual, but yeah, it's cartridge and box. Well, let's go back and check. Nope, no manual, but still, pretty good box. And look at that, it still has the tab thing from the store. Can't go wrong. Alright, so this one, I actually looked it up. Fantasy Zone. It is a Master System game, and apparently a very costly one if it's complete in box. It's complete in box. Wow. And I'm going to be real honest. I got this game for a steal. It's insane. I felt like he was paying me money to take it. Right? And of course, finally, black belt for the Master System with manual. Now, I have played the games, at least the ones I could play. I mean, I think Gangster Town requires a zapper gun-like controller and a CRT TV, which I have a CRT TV, But unfortunately, I don't have the zapper-like controller. Still on the lookout. So eventually I will get it, and who knows, I might do a Let's Play on it for poops and giggles. To continue back with the Genesis games, now, I know what you're saying. I thought you said you gave your buddy Jason NHL 94. I did. I got 2 copies from the local collector, Zach. He had 2 copies. And I'm not talking 2 copies, one's better than the other, because they were both complete, with manual, with the game, and both labels were pretty clean. Right? That's insane. That's insane. I couldn't write this stuff. You can't make this stuff up. It was insane. Madden 96. Complete. Manual and cartridge. Telling you, Zach, buddy, you're my best friend. I swear to goodness, ride or die. Like I said, Jurassic Park. This is my copy of Jurassic Park. No manual. But still, case still kind of minty. Can't complain. I mean, who am I going to complain to, right? Oh, you were able to get a good game. It's like, yeah, I know, and you can't even afford to get a Genesis. Next game, La Russa Baseball. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's Tony La Russa Baseball. And you learn how to read. And look. Complete. And minty label. Dude, like, Zach hooked me up, like, big time. Like, I have no complaints. And, you know, you always get that paranoia of, you know, people trying to screw you over. I've dealt with this guy. Oh my goodness, he's never lied to me. If there's any issue, he talked to me about it, and we worked it out. And the only issue there was on the second Genesis, the LEDs on the second generation Genesis didn't light up. The system still worked. The bulbs were just burned out. That's it. It's like, it works. At first I thought it didn't work because I, you know, turned it on and the lights didn't come on. And I stupidly didn't connect it to a TV yet because I'm an idiot. But he told me what was going on, and I immediately connected it, and it worked. So he's never lied to me, and everything he's given me has worked. So in my opinion, Zach the Collector, you're an A+ player in my book. A+. Alright. Still got a bunch of games. I know. This is going to be a long video. It's going to happen. But, like I said, Sonic 1. Told you, I picked up 3 copies from Zach. 2 in box with manual. 1 loose. Now, I know what you're saying. Why didn't you give your buddy the one that was in the box with manual? Unfortunately, I got that after I gave him the loose cartridge. And, yeah, the second one there, that was Sonic 2, you know. The third copy, like I said. I even picked up a couple loose copies, or not a couple. I picked up an extra Sonic 3 loose from Zach. So in that bundle to my buddy Jason, he got Sonic 1, 2, and 3. It's like, that's awesome. Because I had never played 3. I have recently played it. So, Roger Clemens Baseball. Complete in box with manual and game. And all the labels are actually in pretty good condition. I can't really complain about any of them. PGA Tour 96. Oh, no manual, but the game's there. And the game, although it does look a little out of the ordinary, at least it does to me, looks like it might be a little messed up. It's not. It's minty. That's just the design of the cartridge, the light blue with the shadow figures and so on. Looks like last game, and I'd like to point out a good chunk of the couple of the games still have the tabs, just like this one. I don't buy a game just because it has the tabs, but if I buy the game and it just so happens to have the tabs, I'm all for it. Sega Classic World Championship Soccer. I know what you're thinking. Yes, it is complete inbox with game and manual. Dude, like I said, Zach hooked me up. I could not complain. So as I was editing this video, I realized there's games I forgot to show you guys. Like, my goodness, how could I forget? Altered Beast. With manual. Complete in box. That's insane. Once again, got it from Zach. Like I said, Zach treated me right. Yay, Zach. Also, look at this. Look at this. Oh! Complete in box. Bulls versus Lakers. Like, I cannot ask for any more. Caesar's Palace. Complete in box. Like I said, Zach treated me right. Desert Strike. Complete in box. Dude. Joe Montana Football. And I know what you're saying. Hey, what's up with this black hole? Is that how the case was? No. That is the only bad thing I have to say about this particular case or game pickup. Is the face was cut out of the case picture. And the manual. Right there. Other than those two things, still pretty good condition. Cartridge, label, case, not bad. One minor defect. But hey, at the prices I was getting these, I can't complain. I really can't. Insane. Now, the system I bought for my neighbor is actually this one right here. It is the first generation Genesis. Now, I'm actually thinking about giving her my second generation one, because I have a spare, so I can have a first generation, which I don't have. I had, but I don't have it anymore. So my current one is a Genesis 2, Model 2, which is a little bit sleeker. Let me show you the difference. If I can reach it. I cannot reach it. But, so the Genesis 2 is a little bit sleeker, and it has two buttons, power and reset. Unlike this one, which has the volume control for headphones, the reset button, and of course the power switch, not a button, which is totally weird to go from this and then to switch to the Generation 2. Yeah, so I'm going to end up giving my neighbor the Generation 2, because in my opinion, the Generation 2 is a little bit sleeker. And I know what you're thinking. If you think it's sleeker, why would you keep the Generation 1? Well, when I picked up the Generation 1 and the last little bit of games from Zach, he teased me a little bit. He first told me that he had liquidated all his Sega inventory by selling it to me, but then he teased me a little bit and said, I might have a Generation 1 Sega CD. And it's like, well, if you want a Sega CD Model 1, well, you gotta have a Model 1 Genesis. So, that's why I was thinking about, hey, maybe I should hold on to the Model 1, give him the Model 2, because I do have a spare. That being said, if I do get the Sega CD, you'll see it in one of my pickup videos. And I will be smiling ear to ear because I have never owned a Sega CD. And it'll be something new and it'll be amazing. This is not all my pickups. This is just my Sega pickups. There's more to come. I will do more and more videos. I know you may have seen the post about my NES Classic. Did I or didn't I get one? Well, that video is still coming. I'm still editing it. So don't worry, it's coming. You'll find out. But until then, I guess I'll see you around.